Or if you just want a lighter tote bag, this is such a great option for you. So let's see if we can keep those strings even. For some reason, they were getting all wonky. So let's get started. Hey friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I am really excited to share this comparison with you all of these two Louis Vuitton Noe bags. We have the Noe GM and the Petit Noe. Both are great options, but I want to give you a close-up look at both as well as what fits in my bag. So make sure you stay tuned, and if you enjoy all things authentic luxury handbags, make sure you like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's check out these gorgeous bags by Louis Vuitton. All right, friends, like I said, today we're comparing the Louis Vuitton Noe GM and the Louis Vuitton Petit Noe. So these bags are from the mid-90s. You can currently still purchase them as of now through the website as well, but these ones are pre-loved and I absolutely love some things about these that I want to share with you today. So we're going to go ahead and dive in and check them out a little bit closer. But like I said, we have, this one is kind of like the medium version because there's still some smaller versions as well, but this is the largest version. Both of these have been a favorite in my collection for so long, and I've used all of them for different things at different times. So first off, we're going to start with the Noe GM. This one is a great size. It is so smushy and comfortable, and it has the adjustable strap at the top. It's also fully removable, so if you wanted to make this a crossbody or even a hand carry bag, you could do that. You could add your favorite strap, whatever that may be, and I love that option on this bag. So a couple things to note, we do have that pull string at the top. This is on both bags, but it is something that sometimes I've seen people that can have too much wear on it and they can end up pulling it, or for whatever reason it could break. And you can see a cobbler or Louis Vuitton for replacement on that if you want it as well. But this bag has been such a favorite to me because of a few things. So I find when I use this, it does not dig in my shoulder. The strap was super comfortable and I love the fit. The fit of this bag was so perfect, and what you can fit inside. So this one really I use for so many different things. Honestly, I've had both in my collection for different times, but this one being, I used it when I had younger children a lot of times, and I could add their things as well as mine and feel like I wasn't carrying a huge piece of luggage. So I loved that about this, and that it was comfortable and easy to use with children as well. The other option for this is you could use it for work or travel because it does, and we will check this out later, it does hold a laptop. So I have a 14-inch MacBook or MacBook Air, and this fits it really well, and I don't feel that it feels uncomfortable. Sometimes when we see some computers or heavier items added to our bags, that it can really start to dig in our shoulders and get very uncomfortable very quick. The Noe GM did not feel that way for me. So it fit really comfortably. I was able to add that, some additional items. Again, we'll check that out later, but I just found that it was the perfect fit for those things. And it didn't take up too much space. If we were traveling and I needed it sitting beside me, it fit really well all the way around. So I really like that. Like I said, it does have the pull string at the top, so you do have that little bit of a leather trim, and I think it's so pretty. But we also have that continued leather down the side, and on the Noe GM, the bottom leather. So I know a lot of you are concerned about that bottom leather, and honestly, I never found it to be a problem. Yes, you may want to be a little bit more careful on where you're setting your bag, or being aware of what it touches and all of that, as well as the vachetta with water and, the potentially water damage. However, or watermarking. I don't want to say damage, but more of the watermarks. But for me, I really love the vintage pieces, having that deep, even patina. So beautiful. And if you keep the leather conditioned, it really does hold up well. So that's just something to keep in mind. It never bothered me. And like I said, I've used it even with my small children. And I found that this has just been one of my favorite bags for so long. So going over to the Petit Noe, this one sits and fits really great as well. The interesting part that I found out after purchasing both of them many years ago was that they are very similar in size. So both of these bags are almost identical in size, except the Noe GM is a little bit taller, giving you that additional space if you wanted to carry the laptop and all that good stuff. So the Petit Noe, this one actually did work for even using as a mom bag for a couple items, and some of that, but this one was really more of my everyday after I didn't need to carry, all the things for babies, all the extra clothes or diapers or whatnot. This one worked out really well. So it still has that adjustable strap. Again, it can be removable, or you can even make a crossbody, and it is so comfortable. I cannot stress that enough to you guys. The smush of the bag is so cute, and this one actually is a little bit different with the leather. It has it down the side, and then the bottom is just the square of leather. So what we do see a little bit different over the years is Louis Vuitton actually changing the leather on the bottom and the sides. So we do see that the newer ones actually have the same type of leather on how it comes up over the corners as the Noe GM. So again, over time, you may see a little bit of a change here and there. But overall, the Noe is such a great option for your collection if you're looking for that comfortable everyday bag that you can dress up a little bit, or it can just be your casual tote bag for work, you know, mom life, all that good stuff. So drop me a comment, let me know, have you used a Noe and which one is your favorite? I'm really curious to hear from you all. I know even in my family, my mom uses one and she's absolutely loved it as well. So I'm curious to hear from you all, which one's your favorite? But without further ado, I want to go ahead and check out what's in my bag. Alrighty friends, so we are going to check out what fits in the Petit Noe. I am excited to share this one with you guys today because this is such a cute, practical bag, and I really truly think you would really enjoy it. So there we go. So this one is the middle size. Sorry, the little string was bugging me there. So this one is the middle size in the Noes, and it is such a great option for every day. And it's so versatile for so many people because it has a little bit of structure. It's got a little bit of slouch to it. It's got adjustability in the strap. And so this is so easy for so many people to use. So let's just go ahead and dive in and see what fits inside the Noe. Before we get started though, I wanted to let you see the inside and what it looks like. So this bag is a perfect option if you want a lightweight bag, you want a one strap carry, or if you just want a lighter tote bag, this is such a great option for you. So let's see if we can keep those strings even. For some reason, they were getting all wonky. So let's get started. All right, so you know, toiletry 15, that tends to be in there. I am starting to switch them up a little bit, but you know, it's kind of what works is working right now and I like it. So the PM pouch, those are some of my go-tos. So those are really a catch-all and make it super easy to transition to another bag. So if you guys haven't tried those yet, I would encourage you to try them out. They work so well to be able to transition seamlessly. Next, I have the 6-key holder because I need to take that with me. This is kind of my little catch-all, like hand sanitizing wipes or Kleenexes or something. I don't want they're alcohol-free hand sanitizing wipes. The one with the alcohol can risk hurting your bag. So be careful with that. It's almost like the little baby wipes. They have little, whatever that brand is. We'll talk about it someday. Key pouch. This I use for like my spare keys that I need in my other spare car key, there we go, and my Aldi quarters, so that works out well. Next, we have lots of wrappers, bear with me. So these generally actually go in one of my PM pouches. I don't have it on me at the moment, but all the kids' extra snackies usually go in there that fit, and then those Chomps meat sticks because either they want them or I want them at some point when we're out running errands because we tend to be out for a little while. So there we go. Line those up. The bars fit a lot easier in those little pouches. That's why I love them. And of course, you know, we always have the pure gum. It's our favorite, and it has xylitol instead of sugar or artificial sweeteners of sorts. So we really like that. So next we have that manicure kit. Someday there might be a different one, but this is the one she's just been, you know, Old Faithful. So this actually works out really well for the kids. If they have like a string or a tag they need to cut too, it helps, you know, be able to do that. So I always take that. This wallet, this is my compact wallet or my card holder. So I actually do switch it up. Sometimes I use it just for cards. Sometimes I use it just for a wallet. Today I actually have for the wallet, my long zippy wallet. This one is more of the, if you want to put everything in there. So this fits receipts, this fits cash, cards, quite a bit of all of that as well. So we will talk about this someday if you want. Drop me a comment below if you guys want me to elaborate on any of these SLGs for you sometime at some point. But yeah, that one's a larger one. I don't use that in my smaller bags or even on a daily basis right now. I have before, and I don't foresee me not doing that ever again, but right now that's in there. Okay, so lastly we have, of course, those essentials, phone and sunglasses case. I always try to add those towards the top and keep those things lined up. Those bars are giving me a hard time right now. They're not letting the wallet, there we go, let the wallet sit. Okay, so it's always so satisfying if things line up how we want, but does that always happen? No, it does not always happen. And I can actually, I will post in the description a link to my favorite organizer for the Noe. So sometimes I do use it, sometimes I don't. I technically really like my pouches, but I don't know. I don't even want to say technically half the time. I just switch it up. So it just depends, but I really love that one. That I'll post for you guys down below. If you want to check out any of my Amazon essentials, whether it be the manicure kit, gum, you name it, it's going to be down in the description for you as well. And like I said, let me know if you want me to elaborate on any SLGs, or if you need any more information on those. I would love to help you out and as best I can. So that is what fits in the Petite Noe and how it looks. Don't forget, over on Instagram and Facebook now, and it's a Meta verified stamp, but just search Abby Moore or Abby M Bags, and you can connect with me over there and follow for daily posts and more community building. But that is what fits inside the Louis Vuitton Petit Noe. All right, friends, so like I said, today I wanted to share with you what is in my Noe GM. So first, we're gonna start off with how I would use this for travel or work, and share with you a little bit of how these things fit inside. I wanted to share this with you first because I think it's really important and it makes this a multi-purpose bag. So first, I have that MacBook in there, the MacBook Air. And it's right at the top, and this is not just my computer. This is my mouse, my charger, my markers in the front pouch, all of that stuff. So there's extra stuff in here. And as you can see, it's able to sit on its own. And I love that. I love that you can feel like you're using your daily bag and you're not necessarily using a piece of luggage or a special work bag to be able to carry it, and it holds up really well. So that was definitely something to note here. But I wanted to share with you that first before diving into kind of how I'd use it daily. So it's pretty much the same, very similar. The only other thing is if I was traveling, I might put like a sweater or something in here to toss on top, which is really, really great. And I love that it can be that open tote, so you can do that. So the other thing is just the stationery, that organizer that I use. I use this for, oh my goodness, I switch over time. So if I have papers I need to take with me or whatnot, markers, all that stuff goes in there. But then what it would look like if I put my keys in there, if I took out my laptop, this is more of my daily carry. So in addition to that, I think I have one extra pouch in here. Yeah, one extra pouch, and then it's pretty much daily carry, but the pouch sometimes comes. But as you can tell, you have all this room at the top, which makes it so smushy and lovely to carry. I cannot get over that. So the top of it has the canvas that just kind of folds together really nicely. And then at the bottom, we see that structure that I was talking about. So it sits up on its own really well. And I love that you can line up your items. You can keep them in there really nice now that I've knocked them over. But I will show you how that works, because when you have your computer in there, sometimes it does, knock these things over, and it's so not the, satisfying lineup that you want in your bag. So when I have all those pouches, like I tell you guys about all the time, I know, but they're the best. SLGs are the best. Let's see if you guys can see this at all. I know it's like so deep, and so with the light, I feel like it's all weird. There we go. Okay, so this is my lineup in here and what I have. So you guys know I'm a mom. I'm actually a mom of 6. So mom of 6 little ones, and I'm always carrying some of their snacks. So I have bars, meat sticks, you name it. I am ready for it. So gum, they love this gum. I do too. So we always have, oh my goodness, all the things. I think I had other snacks in there floating around, but like I said, we always have some kind of snack. I do like to put them in pouches if possible. Oh my goodness, especially my pet peeve is, pet peeve / a little bit of dilemma is like if somebody wants to bring chocolate, because I do not want to put it in the bags because of the risk. And so then it has to be like in a Ziploc bag inside of a pouch, and it's like pouch inception trying to have these, bags inside of a bag, inside of a bag, inside of a bag, so you don't ruin your bag. Anyways, I digress. Anywho, let's keep going. So we have the Toilet J15. If you guys know, I've talked about this a lot just because it's worked over the years as such a great catch-all. Shall I move on someday? Possibly. But right now, she is still in there. So a couple of the other things that I always have in there, like I've been using this, what do we call this again? Pocket organizer. And this is just key pouch. It's very simple by name and nature. It's just a key pouch, but you know, we shop at Aldi a lot, and so I have Aldi quarters in there. I've got my spare key in there. It works well. So that's the other one. Next we have, like I said today, an extra pouch or two. We've got this one. I just have all the things in here. So this is the toiletry, or it's not toiletry. I already did that one. This is the PM pouch, but I have like all my lip color. What is that? Listerine, more lip color, liquid IV stuff, eye drops, Tide pen. I go through these things, you guys, with kids. You need Tide pens. So if you haven't tried them out, you need to try them. Okay, so this compact wallet, I have talked to you guys about this time and time again. I try to switch over to a larger wallet when I'm in a larger bag, but it just doesn't always happen. But this one has been my go-to for so long, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So if you haven't checked that out, you might want to, because I think it's wonderful. So here's just another little pouch that I had with me today. This is the mini pochette. It's so cute. I love the little chain on it. Every time I, see it, I think it's so cute. So there's a fun story behind that actually in my family. So we'll have to cover that someday. My XL phone and that lovely little pouch. This is like all the, necessities like Kleenexes and stuff. They fit in there. So good. We have, there's that Rogue bar. Yep, there it is. The last two things are my glasses case. I told you guys I've been really enjoying these ones, and they are just like, they have to be in a huge case. So yeah, those are my favorites. But let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to talk about some of the SLGs more, if you want me to talk about some of the accessories I use a little bit more, and I will try to do a review on those as well. I've loved Louis Vuitton sunglasses for quite some time. I was thinking about like Christian Dior or the Chanel. I used to have Chanel and Burberry ones. I do have them, but I just haven't used them in a minute. So let me know if you want a review on any of the sunglasses or SLGs or anything, and we could try to cover that someday. But I have the key pouch. This is just the simple, 6 key pouch for those keys. But this is what it looks like empty. We're going to have to get a little structure. So honestly, what I would suggest is keeping your bag full, not full, but like stuffed when it's not in use, and it helps keep those unwanted creases out and just helps the longevity of the canvas stay where you want it. So I generally put like a small pillow or, like, what did I put in there before? Little blankets before, but I will link in the description to some handbag pillows that you can use that are great options for stuffing your bag. You can use like, what are those? They almost look like pillows, but they're full of air, like for shipping. You could do something like bubble wrap, but you'd need a lot of it because you have to have it more condensed in the bag to keep that shape. So like I said, I'm going to link the link to those purse pillows down below so you guys can have that if you want to take advantage of those for your bag. But that is what fits in my Noe GM, both everyday use and work/travel. So as always, drop me a comment if you have any questions, or feel free to reach out over on social media. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I was so excited to bring you this video. I hope you enjoyed this comparison and what's in my bag and all that good stuff. If you're not yet subscribed, I would love for you to like and subscribe. You guys joining me here in this community means so much, and I love hearing from you. So if there's a bag you want to see reviewed or a luxury item, please let me know in the comments below. Follow me over on Facebook at Abby M, and until next time, bye friends.